Sir.
Okay. So you are ready for today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me, is advertising a boon or a curse?
Sir, according to me, uh, yes, both. You can say both. It is a boon as well as curse.
Why?
Because as a boon, it will means it will spread communication. Means it will spread the ideology of the product. But as a curse, many people won't like ads and all. Many people will install this Chrome, YouTube ad blockers. Means they won't get any ads in the between. Like that means in that case this means in that case there is no use of making ads, so it in that case it is curse.
Hmm. So, do you think, Madhusudan, there are many shopkeepers or retailers who are afraid of spending money on advertising because they think it is an expense?
Yes, sir. All over the world, only 50%, I think around 50% of the people, means 50% of the business persons use advertisement as a platform to spread their business models and their ideologies. Many people are afraid of it. Afraid means better than that. I can say that they want to live without it. Means it will consume more money, and sometimes we can't predict that it can produce a lot more profit or loss. So this is the means why the people wants to be why people want to live without ads. This is the reason.
Okay. So, how would you convince them to use advertising? How would you convince them that advertising uh, is not an expenditure?
Yes, sir. Means basically, if you think of an high end or high quality, and it would means you will be having confidence that it would yield you more profit than loss, and there will be no loss and all. Means yes, you can go and you can promote those people to use advertising as the platform to spread their ideology. But if a person is having very low end quality model, and suppose if you go to a local grocery shop and tell him to start the advertisement, he won't agree. Yes, no, sir. If we agree also, there is no use. Yes, like means for those people we can't tell, or we can't tell them to make ads advertisements on their product.
Hmm. Okay, so do you think they would listen?
Uh, yeah, they would listen only two words. Ad is good or bad, I would ask. They would tell that okay, it is bad, you go outside. Only that one. Means the people, I means local groceries and all shops, so only for those.
Okay, so no, why I'm saying is that you see now they are very skeptical mindset or fixed mindset. They think that they won't get any money because you see, if they have to run an ad, then they would have to spend money. Okay, so in return, if they don't get any leads, then why would they run an ad? So do you think this kind of mindset prevents them from running an ad? So do you think they can overcome that mindset?
Yes, sir. Same ideology that I said you before that. High-end quality, high-end products and very good quality products. This would work. Means it would be working. Means the main thing is upgradation of your model. Means the people will be bored to see only that ad, only that model. After some extents, they would see and they would prefer that model. So, uh, it would means they in the profit making business companies should also means should also upgrade their quality and models. So this would help. But people who means it is like an you can't change them people's mindset about throwing garbage in the local areas in many areas like that. It is like that, I think. It is my opinion, personal opinion.
Okay, so Madhusudan, don't you think that it can lead to a business opportunity? For example, instead of asking them to run an ad, because you see, most of the shopkeepers don't have money to run an ad because they spend a huge amount of money on creating their shop or buying their products. So don't have money to run an ad. So don't you think it can create a business opportunity? You can create your own company, and the purpose of your company would be to run ads or to generate leads for those shopkeepers uh, who don't have advertising budget, and in return you get some commission.
Yes, sir. Means this would, I think it would not be so much effective because suppose only for general calculation, if you are opening an pencil factory, you need to collect wood, you need to collect carbon, you have to collect clay, and you have to mix it in a correct composition. For that, you need a worker, and for that, you need separate machineries. And
No, I don't
I,
understand. Can you repeat again? You said on machinery, goods, I don't.
yes, sir. I means
Advertising?
no, no, no. You can means if a person instead of producing those companies and business open, you said no, sir, that it would lend them a business opportunity and they
No,
would
you
get.
create a business for yourself. You create a company for yourself, and the purpose of your company would be to run ads for those shopkeepers who don't run ads for their shop. And in
uh,
return, you get commission. Whenever a person, for example, there is a shopkeeper, okay, that
yes,
shopkeeper has opened a shop, but he doesn't run any ads. So what you do is you create a company and said that I would run the ads for you. You don't have to spend any money. Okay, then whenever you run ads for them, there would be customers who would be coming to the shop, and whenever the shopkeeper gets new customer, you would take some commission because you generated the customers, right?
no, no. In this, what happens is at starting we have said that from you single penny of money will be not used. At end, why he would give us means he would be having profit. No, if he would take commission also, he wouldn't give us. Means you at last when you go and ask for commission, he would ask. You said no that you said that you don't require a single penny of money. Then why are you asking now? He has the right to ask that question. So this would be not good, I think.
Okay, Naman is here. Okay, Naman, tell me, is advertisement a boon or a curse? Is it an investment or an expenditure?
Both,
Advertisement.
both.
Why?
Well, in account terms, it's an expense. But if the marketing is good, it's an what did you say once? What was the other term?
Yeah, the
Expense.
question
Yeah.
was, is advertisement a boon or a curse?
Yeah. So it is both. It is a boon if it is done correctly. It is a curse if not done correctly. Simple.
So why do you think many retailers or many shopkeepers or many store owners they refuse to do advertisement thinking that it is an expenditure, it is a huge expense?
Because because they don't have the right budget to do so. Because how much margin they earn from selling a product? Normal retail store, let's ask for a normal shoe store. How much margin they get on selling 2000 rupees shoe? That will be around 200 rupees, 10%, not more than that. Now take a small retailer who deals in grocery and all. They don't require that much of marketing that big companies require to do. So mostly the marketing is in the sense of word of mouth or visiting that place, right? So
But,
it's like that.
but in that case, the people in that particular locality would know about the shopkeeper, right? Not the people in the entire state or the entire country.
Yes. Why? So does a small retailer have that capacity to serve the entire country? No.
No, but he can spend some money
On
on advertisement.
why? Tell me why he should spend the money.
Because you see that retailer is only attracting customer who is in his locality only, in that area
Right.
only, not outside that area.
All right. But do you think that retailer has the capacity to do business outside the locality?
Well, in that case, they should go for online marketing, online advertising. Online advertising
No,
is much
I'm
less.
saying that do they have the capacity to do business inside the city, covering the whole city? Do they have that capacity?
No.
No. So why would they do marketing at a at a state level or a national level, right? They can serve the locality well, because if they try to serve the city, right? So you will see the products go out of stock and the availability less. There will be a short supply. So obviously, if they
No,
are short
but they are
supply,
also
they will
getting the
not trust it.
profit, right? From that profit, they can buy more
Listen
products.
to me. So if they are short supply, every time a customer visits their website or something like that, it creates a wrong impression on the customer, because people doesn't like to be waiting for the product. All right, the big luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Gucci, those big brands, they do like this marketing. All right, because people don't like to wait to get the product. They are not patient enough. So why we need faster supply chains? Why we need robust quality control and operations management? It is because customer, that we can provide high quality to the customer at the right time, right? So this is the thing which I am telling, that it is a waste of money for the retailer to do business to while he's doing online marketing. All right, if you want to do business in the city, you have to have the capacity, you have to have that type of warehouse inventory, that type of inventory that you can serve at least 2000 customers around, in and around the city, according to the city's population. All right, so you have to see that.
Okay, but let's say that they are not trying to do business in the city. What you said is right, but uh, what I'm saying is that if a retailer just run an ad online, or if he learns how to do online marketing, then
Hmm.
not necessarily he would have to do business within the entire state. But if he runs an ad or create a website of his company in online, in internet, then he can at least attract more customers than you and than usual, right? He can get more leads.
He can attract customers, but does he have the capacity to serve that much of customers? That is what I'm saying. Without having that capacity, you are serving those things, right? So the customers will visit you and you will say out of stock. Obviously, the customer will never return again. They will search for alternatives, right? So you are losing customers instead of gaining customers. So you see the acquisition cost will obviously rise. Understood? So if a person expects to have 1 rupee per acquisition cost per customer, it will rise to 100 rupees per customer. So that is very high for an average retailer to spend on just one customer. So what they are earning, if suppose I have a shoe store, my products are very well sold in the city, and mostly I don't have the capacity to expand it. But yeah, I always stay in shortage of inventory. All right. So now what will happen? The customer will come. I will ask. They will say that we don't have the product right now. Please wait. Please wait. So people will not like to wait. He will look for another retailer who sells the same type of shoe. All right. So what I will be losing the customer. Simple as that. and my cost of acquisition of per customer will rise. So if I sell a shoe of 2000 rupees, which profited me 200 rupees, I'll only earn 100 rupees because 100 rupees has gone to acquire that customer. So it's a very costly affair for a small retailer. All right. But we see they do marketing, but they do not individually do the marketing. They partner with the companies, big companies like Amazon, and they the Amazon guy, they do the marketing. They do not do the marketing. The Amazon people do the marketing, but they are not marketing for specially for that retailer. They are marketing only the products. All right. So the seller can be different. There are many different sellers of the single product. So they do the marketing of the product, not the seller.
But Naman, here I would like to add something that in my locality or in my area, the shopkeepers or the retailer, after one day or after a day's work, for 24 hours after they work, their stock doesn't go away. Their stock doesn't go dry. No, there are still goods left in their shop. So
अरे यार सेम चीज है भाई. आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग यू अगेन एंड अगेन.
no, तुम क्या कह रहे हो कि
नाउ द
स्टॉक खाली हो
कस्टमर,
जाएगा?
एग्जाम्पल बता रहा हूँ. आप दिन में उसका 10 कस्टमर आता था स्मॉल रिटेल का. So
हम्म.
he has the capacity to serve those 10 customers daily. But now what he did online marketing. Now 1,000 customers in a day. No, let's not take 1,000. Let's take 100 customers per day visit his shop. All right,
Hmm.
after online marketing, but he is not unable to provide to all the 100 customers. 90% of the customers is going away because he does not have the inventory space. He does not have the capacity to serve those 90 customers. So every day he's serving 10 customers at max at full capacity, but he's losing out 90 customers. So obviously the cost of acquisition will be high per customer if you calculate,
Okay,
right?
so maybe he does not have the capacity to serve 100 customer. Maybe then 50 customer can come instead of 10 customer that was coming before. 50 customer, he can serve 50 customer instead of
Okay.
10.
Let's say if he has a capacity to serve 50 customers, the business has increased. But do you think the by online marketing there will be a cap of 50 customers?
There would be a
Cap. Cap means constantly only 50 customers are coming. It has
no, not
become
like the
flat.
rest. They would leave the rest of the customer. Only 50 they would
No,
serve.
the graph have become flat. All right. The main purpose of a business is to expand and scale. All right, not become a flat business, because if it becomes flat, that means it has achieved a break even point and it will never go up and down. All right, it
But
can
at
go down
least it
but
has
never go up.
improved now. At least
No,
before
it
online
does not.
marketing, it has improved.
Flat graph does not meet improvement. In the first case study for Harvard, we have read the thing of that. Remember that two proud pups. Remember that case? Their sales has gone flat
Hmm.
and they were searching for different things. If the companies got if the sales get flat, that means there's a problem, because it should not go flat. It should either increase or decrease. Flat means there's something wrong with the supply chain or sales or customers, because it should not go flat. Right. So business is always about expansion, scale, and accounting. If you don't do these three things correctly, your business is going to fail. Simple as that. Accounting is main. Accounting, without accounting you cannot analyze what you want to go, what how you can scale.
Okay, so then what does there are several lead generation companies, and the lead generation companies, their main purpose is to generate lead for other
Mhm.
firm, for example, interior design firm or real estate firm.
All right.
So lead generation companies, they are also serving as a source of advertisement, right? For example, our interior design firm, they hire a lead generation company. So that company is actually generating lead by showing ads, which the interior design firm cannot do. So in that
All
case,
right.
what would you say?
See, the thing is, there are many. Since I have a background of real estate, I know that one of the lead generation companies in Calcutta is NK Realtors. So how they work is a different thing. They offer a service. per person. All right. So
Hmm.
that is basically you are outsourcing the marketing department to somebody else. All right. I'm not talking about digital only, like only for digital. I'm saying about both channels, offline advertisement such as banners and all, as well as online advertisement, that is digital marketing. I'm talking about both. All right. So the thing is, uh, what they do is they do not generate, they do not give the guarantee that they do generate, they will generate this amount of leads and they will sell it to this. They do not have that, what I would say. Uh, क्या बोलते हैं इसको? They do not have that guarantee that you will get, we can sell everything. They do not guarantee that. They just do advertising and marketing. The main thing which what sells is the product. If the product is good, customer will buy. If the product is bad, they will not buy. Even though if it's an expert in lead generation, it is bound to fail. All right. So lead generation and these digital sales marketing has expanded. It's now overcrowded. The industry is very overcrowded, very competitive. Even it's competitive more than stockbrokers. So it's very competitive and difficult to sustain.
Lead
All right.
generation.
Yeah, lead generation and digital marketing. It's very overcrowded.
Overcrowded. So there must be scope for innovation in order to stand out from the crowd, right?
There's scope for innovation, but it's very tough to see that where the innovation lies, because this industry is having change in an exponential rate. So it's very difficult to keep up that innovation in that space. It's very difficult because if you don't have enough capital to sustain, you will be crushed by some big competitors. So obviously it's overcrowded. Next is edtech. Edtech is also becoming overcrowded. No space for edtech. Every third company, see, what I have seen is, if I meet five people, out of the five people, every third person owns a digital marketing or lead generations company, and every fourth person has an edtech company. All right. And the every first person I meet, he's a business coach, or they say he's a motivational speaker. All right. So these are
So
the
is
main
there any
common things.
industry where there is no competition? Competition is everywhere.
No, there's no industry, there's no such thing as no competition. Always
Yeah,
there will be competition.
competition would be everywhere.
Right.
So there's no use in worrying about competition, I guess.
Right. No, but the thing is, what is the level of competition in those spaces? You have to research about that. So if there is a high capital demand, such as semiconductors, it requires around $8 billion of investment to just run a small, like an average semiconductor factory. All right, you need around $8 billion, and every 6 years the semiconductors, the transistors in the semiconductor are doubling. All right, so you have to, you know, uh, change the technology every 5 years, right? So if you start a factory in semiconductor space, it costs around $6 to $8 billion of investment. Because of this high capital, people don't generally start a company in semiconductors. So there is a very less and a very big opportunity in semiconductors, right? All right, this is one thing. Second thing is like, what I would say, defense space, defense. So if you want to go to defense, it also generally requires high capital. Defense also has so much of opportunities right now.
Defense,
Yeah. So defense means those
army.
weapons, artificial intelligence, like autonomous drones, something like that. So it has money, it has serious business, but you have to be very careful with licenses and all. Okay. So defense, semiconductor, defense, and which other industries are there, um, which are not competitive, right?
Yeah. Anything you can say?
Yeah. Third is, I think, automobiles. Fourth is space.
Automobile. It's not competitive.
Yeah, automobile. Yeah, it's not that much competitive compared to other industries, because if you try to see design an automobile, it's very easy. but the manufacturing process is very tough to implement. The main complexity, because this is one of the most complex manufacturing industry, automobile industry. So you have to keep so many things, because you just go and search Elon Musk interviews about Tesla. The real challenge he faced, not designing the Tesla, not implementing the idea, but manufacturing the car in a mass scale. All right, it requires massive investment, $50 million or so. Not that much, but yeah. And but the complex thing is, you manufacture that car in a scale. All right. So these, you will see most of the automobile companies are old and very few are new. Most of the automobile companies, MG, Tata, uh, Jaguar, Land Rover, Ferrari, these are very old companies, and they specialize. Nissan, Toyota, these are very old companies, and they specialize in that space, in that industry space. So it's very hard to gain that experience in your company, automobile. And fifth is obviously space. Space is also one more industry which is new innovations. There's a very opportunity there. You can either manufacture the parts of the spacecraft or of the satellite, devices, electronic devices. You can program the softwares which detect, that geolocation, all the devices and all. And you can also research. So opportunity lies also there. But these are very high capital. So you see that if there's very low capital required to start a business, that business will be very competitive. If it
Very low
requires
capital.
very low capital, if the business requires very low capital, there'll
For
be
example, how
very,
much?
let's say, about freelancing, website building. These are these companies require minimal or no investment, because it is dependent upon your talent or your skills. All right, website designing is like, you can design a website. It is very easy to learn and very easy to do that. But how many web designers are available around the world, which has more experience to do, more experience than you, better than you, bigger than you? All right, how can you beat those big giants? Big freelancers are also there, artisans also
Freelancing
there.
are freelancers are not entrepreneurs. Freelancing
No,
and
no,
entrepreneurship is
freelancers are entrepreneurs. In India, it is classified as self-employed or OPC, one-person company.
freelancing and
All
entrepreneurship is
right.
bit different.
No, they are entrepreneurs. They are solopreneurs. All right. They are solopreneurs. They are known as solopreneurs. Freelancing, you need to register a company. You need to take something about license or a proprietorship to do freelancing in India. All right. If you're not registered your company, so you are illegally doing freelancing. It's a rule here in India. And it is known as one person company, OPC. That is only one person is there who is liable for everything. Not liable, but yeah, he's responsible for everything. No other employees are running the business, or there are some group of freelancers which are working with him. So that is one person company, or you can declare yourself as self-employed proprietor or partnership, right? Because you have to file income tax return. If you're doing freelancing, you have to do that. So freelancing is a business, and website, and they are very big freelancers who design websites only. They earn big bucks. So they earn around 20 crore, 30 crore per project. There are also some teammates, some team, but they earn that much amount if they have a big client. Understood? So it's a very competitive business. Digital marketing is very competitive. It's very easy to do digital marketing. You just need to know the tools, Google Ads, this, that, and all, and you can do a digital marketing business. It requires very less investment, right?
So digital marketing agency, in order to open a digital marketing agency, you say it requires less investment.
Yes, it requires around 2 to 3 lakh rupees of investment,
That is
nothing
not
more.
less.
That is less.
2 to 3 lakhs not less, right?
That is less, bro. That is less. That is less. You know what is the average capital required to start a normal business? business, private limited business, 10 lakh rupees.
Okay, what are some business that you can start for, let's say 30,000?
30,000 website designing.
That is also a part of digital marketing.
No, that is not a part of digital marketing. Digital marketing is a different category. Most people
Website
they
design
combine
comes under
web.
digital marketing, right?
No, they do not come under. They are separate things. Website designing, yeah, people confuse about them. I know because most of the firms, if they offer digital marketing, they will also offer website design. But these are completely two different scenarios. In digital marketing, you're promoting something. It consists of advertising on social media, advertising, and implementing projects or making your website rank in a higher, in the higher profile, so in which is known as the Google rank, something like that. So they do SEO, search engine optimization. These are digital marketing. Website designing is you have to build, you have to design, you have to create those things. All right, you need an engineer or you need a website professional developer to build a website. These are don't mix. These are two different services. All right, so
Hmm.
yeah, it's like that. And
Anything else apart from website design?
normal, you can start a normal retail store, you can start online consultation business,
Retail
you can
store
start
is
an
retail store would be costly. Retail
retail
store means,
store, online store, drop shipping. You can do drop
oh,
shipping. And these are the small businesses, freelancing and all. These are the small businesses. You can also become a stock trader if you want, an individual stock trader with 30-40,000. Yeah, you can do that. So these are some basic things which we can
and
do.
what about automobile? The capital required, if say, for example, if I decide to start a automobile startup, so how much would I require?
100 crore rupees.
No, 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 no. Let's say I want to open a, let's say a simple garage where I want to repair cars and bikes and repair the
Around
cars and
20, 20,
yeah.
25 lakh rupees, 20, 25 lakh rupees, because you need to buy tools, you need to buy all the things. So around 20 lakh rupees, because that automobile parts are very costly. You have to search about that. You have to hire technicians who are specialized in, repairing automobiles. All right. So 20, 30 lakh rupees. You have to buy the tools. Tools are very costly. All right. So around 20, 30 lakh rupees you have to spend. If you just open a garage, small garage. And nowadays, garage is also normal business. So you can also
20 to
become
30
a,
lakh, you're saying.
yeah, 20, 30 lakhs garage business in
And what
India.
about EdTech if I want to open a, let's say, online education platform where teachers and students can connect with each other? How much do you think it would cost?
Uh, the basic cost of the online edtech company is mostly about handling those software and web applications, right? So it will cost, if you outsource those web application development and all, it will around easily cost around 5 to 6 lakhs for development. Plus, if you want to,
Right?
hire somebody or take an office rent and all, I think it will be costing around 10 lakhs an average.
But no,
Yes.
let's say I want to open an online platform where the teachers and the student can connect with each other so that the teachers
So
can teach
the main,
students
yeah, so teacher and student can connect. So what is the mediator of where the teacher and student can connect? It's an online
online.
platform, it's a web application. So the now you don't have the expertise to develop a web application because it's not a one man thing. You require a team, but you don't have a team. If you build a team, they will ask for money. It will be around 2 to 3 lakhs per annum. So what you do is you outsource it to other company who specializes in web development or web app development. So you ask them that I have this idea, you work with them, you pay them 5 lakh rupees, they will develop it. And for maintenance is around 50 to 60,000. So you have to do that. Plus you have to hire some members, at least 1, 2 members who are the co-founders, so that you can expand a business. You can divide your work in those with those managers and co-founders, right? And you have to look upon your marketing thing, how you will market. That is also an additional cost, right? So it's not an easy
Website
thing to do.
development, I can do it alone, I can guess.
It's,
I
I'm
can
not
learn
talking
that
about
skill.
website. Website development is easy. Web app development is very tough.
What's the difference?
Web app development, have you seen how Flipkart works? Have you seen flipkart.com in Chrome browser and Flipkart as an app?
App I know, application in Play Store.
Just log into www.flipkart.com in Chrome browser. You will see that is just a ditto copy of the app. That is known as web app, right?
Not
So
understand.
it's a
Copy
very
of what?
cost effective manner. Huh?
Copy of what?
You will see the same copy of the in the website also. So it's just a copy of the app. So you don't require different, different sources, or like what we see usually is like, suppose you open Amazon. In the web
Hmm.
it will be different, the UI and all, it will be different, but in the app it will be different. But as in a web app scenario, it can be same. So when you open a web app in the Chrome browser, it will be same. If you download the app, it will be same, little bit here and there, but mostly they are generally the same. That is a very much cost effective way to save money if you want to build an app as well as a website. Okay, so those are the web app things.
So 2 to 3 lakh minimum, you are saying.
Minimum, yeah. As I have consulted, it will cost you 2 to 3 lakh minimum. It's an application development is also very competitive. You develop softwares, you develop, because every company, every IT consulting company does that. Big companies like TCS and all, Infosys, what they do, they earn money like this only. They will, some people who want app, who want digital transformation of the company, they hire, they consult TCS, Infosys, and they help them. And that consulting charge, they charge from the company, Infosys and all right. What do they do? They do this only, nothing else.
Same for mental health. If I want to open an online mental health
Yes, you
platform,
have to maintain the server, you have to maintain everything, you have to see like consistent bugs or not. So it requires time and skill. So if you're outsourcing 50 to 60,000 per annum, it's required. It
50 to
can be
60.
more of that, it can be more. It usually depends what is your app, what complexities does that app has or the website has. So it depends on that. And yeah, basically it's just that. I will not open application development and all because it's overcrowded with people, overcrowded with companies.
What is not overcrowded? Everything is overcrowded.
No, not overcrowded. The thing is, you have to see which is a best fit scenario for you, right? So if you do the business in an overcrowded market, it is bound to fail because customers have better option. Why would they, if you are asking for 5 lakh rupees and the TCS guys can do it for 2 to 3 lakh rupees of the same project for the client, why would client will approach you? Plus
To
TCS is
innovate,
offering,
I had to do
no,
something
what
different.
innovation more you will do? What innovation you will do in the space, which is right now very stagnant, right? And this industry, IT industry, is very much competitive because every 2 to 3 years the knowledge will change, everything will change. And what innovation can you do in application development? It is not upon you. It is upon who are the creators of Python, Java, technology creators, SaaS operators. That people can innovate. Application development will not cannot innovate like that. It's very tough to innovate in those scenarios because you are not going deep. You are just creating using the help of tools. You are not developing the tools. All right, you're not developer of Java, or you're not a developer of Python, you're not a developer of HTML. They do the innovation. You only utilize the tools. All right, new features will come, you will utilize those. There's no point to innovate. And yeah, what you can do is like, uh, I would not say innovate. I forgot the word.
Disruption.
No, disruption innovate is a different scenario. What Simon, I read in a book, Simon Sinek, about that.
Simon Sinek wrote This is Marketing, a book.
Wait. Simon Sinek. Wait. Wait. एक minute. क्या था I have in my notebook. Wait. Yeah. So novelty था. Simon Sinek ही था. Yes, Simon Sinek was there. Simon Sinek innovation. Yeah, so it was novelty. All right. People often confuse innovation with novelty. Why do they confuse innovation with novelty? Because these are very different things. Suppose, for example, you see Nokia, all right? You see Apple. You think that every new release of phone, it is innovation, but it is not known as innovation. It is novelty. What you are doing is like you are, just bringing out new features every year. You're not innovating in that space. You are just using the novelty. You are just providing new features, new things. You're not innovating. The mobile phone is the mobile phone. You're not disrupting that how people can call. The call system is usually the same. All right. HoloLens is an innovation where you can just wear the glasses and you can see your people in front of you and can communicate real time. That is innovation. And this thing is novelty. The first generation of mobile phone, that was innovation. But what continued till now, that is novelty. Innovation is such something that brings in disruption in an industry. Kodak, the digital cameras was an innovation, but the evolution of digital cameras improvements, those are novelty. All right. So that is what the basically thing is. See, Arutro, simple, I am saying, without capital you cannot do business. Simple thing. If you know accounts, you need to have a starting capital, a seed capital. Without capital, you cannot do business. And if you want to do business, first what you do is take an experience in that industry, then you start the business. If you are not, if you do not have a generation, if you are not the second generation, third generation of your family business, if you are, if you don't know about that industry in a very deep manner, you have to first experience what lies in that industry which you want to work in. You work there, you learn the things, you learn from people, and then come in the business. You will see why people. You can stop the recording if you want, because I am not. We are not discussing about a